Hey guys, it's Carrie Creation, and this week is a speed paint. I have been so excited to share this one with you guys for a couple of weeks now, if I'm being honest. It relates over to my podcast channel that I'm part of / doing the art for, and if you haven't checked that out yet, I'll put a link in it here and probably down in the description as well. If you are following along, then you may or may not have caught last week's episode, and it was a doozy, that one. I am going to put a clip of that episode in this video for anyone who isn't watching it, so you can get an idea of what it is that we do in that podcast. We are playing a tabletop roleplay game in the Deadlands system, and it is so much fun. I feel spoiled playing it now. We've played a couple of other games with my other group, and this game, this system has spoiled me for combat. But let's get into that clip, because this picture kind of ties into where last week's episode ended and where tomorrow's episode is going to start. So if you haven't been watching, this is just a little bit of context. It's probably not the best context, but I hope you enjoy this. Here we go.
And he steps up onto the porch.
Oh god.
And he's standing in the doorway, and he just walks into the fire. And he comes in the doorway, and he locks eyes with Wilhelm. And he says, "You're coming with me, boy." Can I get gut checks from everybody?
Oh, please.
It's going to be harder for Wilhelm, not going to lie, because he's just called you out.
Apparently, I don't give a shit. I got a 16 with 2 explodes.
Oh, nice.
I got an explode, so I got up to a 21.
Oh, great. I got an 8.
An 8. That's okay, you pass.
That one grit, baby.
He's like, "You come with me, boy." Well, I was like, "I don't give a shit."
So that was same time as yours. So you're headed out the back door.
Yeah, and hopefully, as long as Wilhelm consents, he is also moving, like, with her.
Okay, is that what you're going to be doing?
Because she's grabbed you by the arm to try and get you to go with her.
Yeah, you have. But what Wilhelm's looking at is some kind of nightmare man, and Graves is still in the house, and so is 2 innocent people.
But Graves is closer to us, and they will hopefully be moving with us. We've got to keep in mind when things like this happen that a round is still only 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So this is kind of all happening at once.
So Wilhelm is cooperating. He was probably going to break the grip at the back door, just like pulling out slightly, because he's trying to get the other guys to run out as well. He's not being like, "No, I'm going to stay and fight this literal mountain of a man walking through flames." The key takeaway is that you try and get him out the back door, and that he stops at the exit.
Yeah, when you stop at the exit and you try to pull your arm away from her, Chinoa's literally going to look at you and she's like, "I think he's going to kill me." Because she had that vision, and she wasn't there when this happened. When he takes you, she's not there, but she's there right now. So she's literally going to be like, "Wilhelm, I think he's going to kill me."
All right. Wilhelm is not leaving.
No!
You've presented him with a, "if I let him get to you, he's going to kill you" scenario.
She's presenting you with a, "please help me leave" scenario.
That's not what you said, though.
Yeah, that, like, unfortunately, what you're saying is completely fair and justified. What Wilhelm's hearing is, "Please protect me."
Yeah.
And Wilhelm's like,
Not here!
yeah. First of all, he is going to get, like, he's just going to pull his arm back. He's not going to say anything. He just seems to zone out for a second. And he is going to attempt to cast a hex.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah,
No.
it's bad.
It is bad, but he doesn't see any other way. Whatever this guy is, he's clearly tougher than gunfire. And Wilhelm doesn't know if he
And
can...
fire, apparently.
Yeah, fire and gunfire. Wilhelm doesn't know if he can compete with that, but he's got to try.
I'm so scared for us.
Yeah, I'm scared too.
So what are you guys thinking of playing when we start a new campaign?
Okay, so I am now going to draw a hand and attempt to cast Black Lightning.
It's happening!
Oh, boy.
Boy, here I go.
What do you need for this to go off?
I need at minimum a pair.
I'm really hoping you get it. So, that is where we left off. And if I'm being completely candid, we recorded this weeks ago. So I've known the outcome of it for weeks. We recorded this episode and I drew this picture and recorded myself drawing it because I was so excited for that scene. I truly was upset that I was trying to get across one point and then both the guys at the table turned around and went, yeah, but that's not what you said. This is how it came across. And I was like, oh no. And it was honestly that realization that when I say something, in my head I know what I'm saying and it never comes across the way that I mean it to. So thank you all. If you're watching this and if you've watched any of my videos and you listen to me ramble on and even have any iota of semblance of what I am trying to say or get across, I appreciate you because I just ramble so much and I don't think enough before I speak clearly, because maybe I could have altered the way that interaction went down. But at this point, this picture kind of becomes a little bit of a spoiler for tomorrow's episode, because where we left off last week's episode, you don't really know the outcome of that card draw, and you're gonna find that out in tomorrow's episode. I am so excited for it. I have really enjoyed building this character. I feel bad that I built this character. Her name is Chinoa. And I built her and we started playing her and I didn't really know where I was going to take her. And I'm kind of building her as we go along. And I wish I'd had more of a solid idea of who she is when we first started. But it is building and she is becoming a person. I realized that not tomorrow's episode, but next week's episode is where some of my smartassery comes into play, and I really didn't intend for that to happen, but you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. You know, it's moving on. I really loved drawing this picture. I wanted to really convey this like sweet moment of, because to me it's a really sweet wholesome moment of Chinoa being like, please let's, like, I'm so worried, and Wilhelm being like, oh no, I have to protect you and this is terrifying, because it was kind of like, this guy showed up and he's bulletproof and he's fireproof and it's not good because Chinoa's not a fighter. Well, stay tuned for future episodes. If you're not watching along, watch along, because in future episodes, you know, whether or not she's a fighter, debatable. Apparently, I found out during a recent recording. Graves is a fighter, and he's having trouble. Wilhelm's a magic boy, and, you know, you'll find out how that's going tomorrow. Chinoa is a magic girl. Not actually. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to draw that now. If you want me to draw Chinoa as a magical girl, let me know down in the comments, because I'm probably going to at some point and I'll record it, but whether or not it becomes a video is kind of up for debate. We'll see how we go, but that thought's in my head now. Can't unsee that. I'm gonna make I'm gonna make the Marshal and possibly the other players so upset. Should I draw Wilhelm as a magical girl? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, you can see here that I'm just dumping in the colors for the characters as I usually do. I have gotten into the habit of, when I'm doing a bigger piece like this, just kind of swatching all of the colors where I need them and I can reach them easily so that I can just get to them quicker. I didn't go as hard out on this one's background as what I did in the last speed paint I did. If you haven't seen it, you can find it here. I went so hard on the background in that other speed paint. This picture I actually drew before that one. So this was before I was like, oh, maybe I can do backgrounds. And I just wanted something nice and easy. I wanted the focus to be on them. So I just like got this background generated image from, I think I got it from the Clip Studio Paint additive. So if you use Clip Studio, you know what I'm talking about, downloading resources and stuff like that. So I got that, dumped it in the background, and I realized far too late that I used one that's way too dark. I thought it happened later, this whole scene, I thought it happened later at night. It didn't. It was in mid-afternoon. We're just going to ignore that and we're just going to enjoy the picture for what it is because I think it's really sweet. And I had to sit here and figure out how I wanted this effect to look. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I don't hate it, so it's good, it's good. I like the purple to bring it out a little bit, but I spent a lot of time experimenting with that. The fun thing is, next, I don't normally, you know, quotation, enjoy shading and rendering. I enjoyed this because I wanted to try harder with the lighting effects of it, and I think I did alright. Like, I like the end result of it. I still want to get better at shading and rendering. I don't know if that's going to mean trying to render more, or if that's going to mean simplifying it, but I want to work on the style of how I do shading a little bit and see how that goes for me. I might do a video where I experiment with it a little bit. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out because it's always a thing. Like, just figuring things out takes time. Experimenting is good, and keep working so that you can keep getting better, because that's really what any skill is about, and that's what I'm gonna do. So maybe one day I'll redraw some of these pictures once I've decided what I want to do with rendering, or once I feel I improve. Maybe like in a year I'll redraw something, but for the meantime, I'm so happy not only with this scene but this image, and I really like it. I hope you guys like how it is turned out, and I really hope some of you who watch this will go over and check out the episode, even if it's just to go see how this all resolves, because my gosh, that was so fun, the resolution to this. So I really want lots of people to see it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have gotten to this point, there's the final image. If you are not already subscribed, please consider subscribing because it really helps me out. I really love getting, like, see, I'm gonna be real with you. I love seeing that number go up, and it has gone up a little bit, and I'm so happy. I want to keep growing with you guys. If you liked the video, maybe put a like on it, and I will see you guys next week for another art video. And if you are watching the other channel, I might see you tomorrow on the podcast, but I will see you guys next time either way. Bye!